Hey Internet, Gaeri Summer here. This video is going to be in response to Eemma's most recent video, in which she explains how YouTube has changed for her. Now, if you don't know Eemma, and you really should, she is an awesome YouTuber. She's one of those must-see channels that, let me put it this way. Say your grandma's in great pain, right, and you have to take her to the hospital. As you're putting on your coat, you're of course checking your subscriptions on YouTube, and you see, Eemma's got a new video up. So what do? You send Grandma down to the car, telling her, you know, Grandma, I'm gonna be with you in 10 minutes. There's just like this new Eemma video that I have to watch, and she would understand, okay? That's the kind of channel Eemma is, or at least used to be. She's, recently, like the past few months, she's posted videos very, very rarely, which is a pity, really, because I enjoy them very, very much. Anyway, so much for introductions. The rest of this video is to Eemma directly. So yeah, Eemma, you talk about change on YouTube. Change is the only thing you can really depend on in life and on YouTube. I mean, your video, Brian's video, even Katie Blog's video, has me kind of wondering. I mean, we're all veterans, we all have seen the site go through a lot of changes, and it's totally normal. You know, that's just the way things go. Sites change, you know, just the way the look of the thing changes. You can no longer post videos longer than 10 minutes, there's comment limits, stuff like that. That's all just something that happens. You know, the site grows in popularity, we should be glad about that. I mean, I've gone through the changes too. I guess I'm not as disenchanted as many of the other users here. In fact, a lot of the changes have been positive for me, I think. There's like a German regionalization now, which has brought an upsurge in activity of Germans on YouTube, which I find great, because I get to make more videos and more vlogs in my own language and not have to stutter around in English so much. Sure, I'm not as excited as I used to be, like in the first 3 months, where everything was awesome. You know, there was the wine cone, and Pay to the Order of didn't have it too, and Honigmäulchen and I were just starting out and posting videos and talking about it day and night. You know, of course, those times are gone, but that's with anything in life that's new, you know. Kind of all the peak excitement dies down a bit, and then if you're lucky and you're really interested, there's this constant level of joy that I still feel every time I log into YouTube and I watch videos and I respond to comments and I read messages. It's still there. I'm still pleasantly surprised by videos. I don't think video quality is decreased, really. Quite the opposite. It's just there's so many good videos on YouTube now. Might be harder to find them now, but it wasn't easy to find good videos in the old days either. We've all gone through these phases. In fact, I think I've already had this entire conversation like 1.5 years ago already with other users that I used to hang out with back then. You know, how YouTube is changing and it's no longer as fun as it was back then in the good old days, and how people are leaving and stuff. That's the way things are, that's normal. And it's totally necessary, you know. Not only is change something you can depend on, things that don't change and adapt, they die. Now, please remember that all this stuff we're complaining about, that, you know, the partnership program, or the more commercial channels, YouTube having become more of a race and stuff, a lot of that is due to Google having purchased YouTube. Back in the good old days, YouTube was financed by venture capital, and I think at its high time, I don't know how it is now, burned about $1 million a month. You know, the site just costs money. You have to pay all the people powering it, you have to pay the hardware, you have to pay the developers, whatever. Where's that money going to come from? If Google wouldn't have bought YouTube, or some other investor would have done that, we wouldn't be having this conversation. It would have just died, okay? Please keep that in mind. Okay, now that we agree that the site's changing and we're changing, how do we deal? Time only moves in one direction. You know, if Brian were to, I don't know, take his old videos, underscore them with music that he has a copyright to and then re-upload them. Would that, you know, bring back the old times? It wouldn't, would it? He's still like the new Brian B. Nessel partner channel. That's just the way things are. And he's adapting to his audience like any good vlogger should. We shouldn't just broadcast our stuff and, you know, just expect people to see it. If people have certain expectations or questions or things they want to see, and you play off that, you get inspired by that, that's what any good channel does. And if your audience changes, like if it gets wider or, I don't know, smaller even, a good channel adapts to that. Okay, a good channel plays off that, a good channel is inspired by other channels. That's just the way things have always been. So you can't turn back time, you know. If we re-upload our old videos, if we, I don't know, get rid of the most subscribed lists, if we take all the corporate and commercial channels and put them in this like separate section of YouTube and try and conserve the old days, it's not gonna happen, okay? This site is different than it was a year ago. And any user that's new to the site, they're gonna see this and how the site used to be a year ago, and just have to face that fact. Okay, the community's gotten a lot larger. It's hard to get noticed, maybe, I don't know. But if you and your circle of friends are okay, I don't know, mine is still okay. I mean, some of the people have left, which I'm sad about, but I've made new friends, just like this circle of life. It's all cool. I mean, I'm having a great time still. So, I don't know, maybe the changes have been more positive to me than they have to you, or maybe I accepted it more readily, but in the end I think you still got it in you. There's still like the old Eemma having fun with her ESP crew on the comment boards and on the profile comment section. She's still in there somehow, you know, somewhere, even in changed form. You just need to get off your ass, watch some YouTube videos, talk to your friends again, and you'll be inspired. You just gotta pick yourself up and try and just make 1 or 2 videos and, you know, force yourself to do it. That's how you overcome like a writer's block. You don't just go away. You sit there in front of the empty paper and you sit there until you get it again. That's how it works for me, at least. So maybe that's what you should do. Try and follow some of your old friends, watch some of the new channels, you know, embrace the new site and its changes, and see if it inspires you still. I think it will, because there's a lot of good stuff on here, and a lot of good people are still here making a lot of good videos, and I hope that you'll be one of them again. Okay? I'm not getting weepy, by the way, I just have a cold, right? I'm just, okay. Anyway, that was it. Things change, people change, and me liking you hasn't changed, though. I hope to see you back more frequently in old force again sometime soon. Bye, Eemma.
Don't forget to leave